What's up, makeup minions? I'm Witte from Witte Artistry, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, I would really appreciate it if you smash that subscribe button to join my family. I love you all. Today I have a very exciting announcement. I already posted it on Instagram if you follow me there, or Facebook, and if you don't, you totally should. Links are in the description. But I have the exciting opportunity to work with Warner Brothers Games in Mortal Kombat. So I am now an official ambassador for Mortal Kombat 11. This honestly blows my mind. It is a huge honor. I have been playing the Mortal Kombat games since I was little, and I did Baraka a while back on my channel because he's my favorite character, but I thought it would be super awesome to turn into Jade in her new undead form for Mortal Kombat 11. And if you haven't gotten the game or haven't checked it out, it came out April 23rd, 2019, so please check it out. The artwork is amazing. There's some old school characters that are coming back that everyone's like really pumped about, but thank you so much, Warner Brothers Games, for working with me. I'm so excited to be an ambassador and bring you guys some awesome Mortal Kombat makeup. So let's get this tutorial going. If you like me and you like what I do here, it would mean a lot if you became a sponsor on my Patreon page. Starting off this makeup normally with blank skin, but I just did a makeup that the green left my entire body tinted green, but luckily this character's green too, so it works out. But I am turning into Jade from Mortal Kombat 11. I am marking out her very intricate outfit with a Ben Nye eyebrow pencil. So just do that to your best of your abilities. Make sure you're following a reference photo. And I am going to be creating my own unique green color for her chest plate that is a beautiful swirling jade stone. So I'm starting off with like this mid-tone lightish green and filling in the entire chest plate. And then right above the chest plate, she sort of has this leather piece that goes up to her neck, and slightly off to the left and right of that is a grayish green shirt. So I just filled that in super lightly. Then with some metallic gold, I am adding white to it so it's bright, and I'm filling in all of her little metal embellishments that she has on her chest plate. If they're not perfect at first, don't worry, because I'm going to be using a detailed brush to make them nice and pristine many times throughout this video because I kept mixing the yellow with the green on accident. But now I am taking some green body paint and I'm filling in that upper leather chest piece thing that she has going on. And she also has like this little scarf cape, for lack of a better term, but I am filling that in with dark gray. You could just use fabric, but I didn't feel like making one, so I just painted it on. And it's the same exact color as her bracers, so I'm painting those as well. And then filling in her little armband with the same green color from my chest, and outlining all the little filigree elements on the bracers and the armband with the same gold pattern. Alright, on to her scarf thing. So I am using black just to outline the entire thing. This will act as a drop shadow, and then drawing lines where the wrinkles are in the fabric. Then, like I love doing with all of my water-activated body paint, you can just take a slightly wet brush and just smooth it out, and it blends into everything to become a realistic deep crevice in the fabric. For sure, the hardest part on Jade is her metal filigree on her chest plate. Make sure you're following a reference image and you stick with one consistent light source the entire time. That is definitely tricky, but I am using copper colored to just shade all the portions that the light is casting a shadow, and then doing the same thing onto her Jade chest plate with a dark green just in the deepest crevices right on the edges of the metal where it would cast a shadow. My absolute favorite part of her costume is the cool Jade breastplate. So I am using that dark green to create stipples and swirls, and it sort of looks like a miniature hurricane on her chest. So you just spin the brush in circles, and now I am using a lighter green to layer on top of that dark green, and then a mint green, and so on and so forth until I have all these really pretty spiraling green patterns on the chest plate. This is definitely a layering game. Just put dark where there'd be a shadow and stipple it into the lighter areas just to give the stone, I think it's stone, it might be metal, I don't know, that her chest plate is made out of some more dimension. Then with black, I am outlining all of the metal elements and making sure I outline the lower halves of them with black specifically, and sort of feather it out into the green just to give it a nice drop shadow. This is when you can really crisp up those edges. I had a couple of bare spots on her shirt thing, so I'm stippling in some more gray and green just to cover up my skin. Outline that fabric piece with gray and then add some shadow where the tunic cape thing would create a shadow on the clothing. Then the center part is made out of leather, so I am stippling black on it, and I'll be adding a lighter highlight afterwards in a stippled texture to make it look like that fabric. Alright, so for the shapes of the metal, the best way I can describe them is bear claws. They look like big bear paws that are grabbing over the breastplate, so their highest point is in the center, and then they curve downwards on both sides. So one side of the bear claw is going to be super bright, and then the other side of the bear claw is going to be a middle to dark tone, and then the darkest point is going to be where it's actually touching the breastplate. Like I said, this is the most difficult part, and stick with a consistent light source. Now on to Jade's nasty undead skin. This was a lot of fun. I found a new technique to do this way quicker than I normally do. I'm using a big powder brush, the ones that are like super fluffy, and I've dipped it in just a gray body paint, completely covered my arms, and then took a darker body paint and stippled that on everywhere too. Her skin is sort of lumpy and cracked, but not to an extreme. So I did some horizontal lines and dark gray and then just blended it out with that stipple brush. And on that nasty skin is some really old undead scars. So with a little bit of red and gray, I'm creating the scars following a reference image so I get them just the right way. And what's super strange about these scars is they sort of look like divots. So I am using gray, like a darker gray, to go along the underside of all of the scars, and then just highlighting up the center ever so slightly just to give them some dimension. Time to make those little metal pieces pop on your chest, so use a Mayron cream white or any cream makeup you have that's white, and just tap it on very selective areas on the highest points of the metal where the sun or light source would be reflecting off of it most strongly. And then you just tap it out and it magically blends in with all the color underneath it. And this is honestly my favorite technique for fabric because it's super quick and super easy. Do the same thing with the cream makeup, just go over all the high points and then just gently blend it out onto the tunic thing. Now I'm filling in my skin on my ears, face, and neck, just literally copying exactly what I did on her shoulders. Make sure you don't go over the part where your mask goes. So now I'm going to be drawing her iconic mask. Definitely make sure you're looking at a reference image again. And she has like these little cheek holes that are full of jade, just like her chest plate. So I'm filling those in with the same exact color schemes that I did on my chest. Then I'm filling in the center part, but leaving my mouth for last because I do need to stay hydrated while I do this makeup. And then all the other places in the mask are going to be the same gold colors that I did on the metal pieces on the chest. Fill in the rest of your face with that gray tone skin texture. However, I am leaving the areas right around my eyes completely free because I am going to be using some contact lenses from Contact Lens Hub. Now, instead of using black, because I thought black would be way too intense for this, I am using copper, just with a hint of black in it, to outline all the different metal pieces that make up Jade's mask. They all sort of merge in the front and the center, sort of like a steampunk gas mask. And then I'm filling in all of the jade portions with horizontal little green lines. I thought I was going to leave it to look like a mesh, but I don't really think it is a mesh, so I ended up blending that together later. Highlight all your metal pieces with some white body paint. Definitely do this on the upper portion, in like the most concentrated, because that is where the sunlight will hit it. And then I'm feathering it downward onto the metal piece itself because, you know, it's metal, it's shiny. Repeat this on all the metal pieces on the mask. Definitely extra highlight the one on the nose because that is the most popping out one. Then with the copper, I am going to be creating the shadows on each of the pieces. So this is just the lower half of all the metal. And then you just blend it out. And then I'm highlighting it again with the white cream makeup. And now, like I said before, I am blending out all of the horizontal lines that are within the jade thing. And then adding some dark colors on the center of the mask as well. Outline your cape tunic thing in black, and then I'm just blending out the center portions of the shadows a little more, and then adding a bright highlight on the top of the collar, and then stippling it just to make it look like fabric. Jade would not be complete without her terrifying red eyes, so these are from Contact Lens Hub. Pop them on in and I'm filling in the rest of my eye area. Same exact texture as before. And she does have one iconic scar on her forehead, so it's the same technique I did on my arms, just repeat it on your forehead. This is the moment when I realized I forgot to do all the highlighting on the armbands that I did on the chest plate, so I'm just repeating those steps on those. Stipple in a little bit of white on your armbands so they look more three-dimensional. And then in all the dark places, I am outlining the armbands in copper. Now, Jade does not wear any feminine beauty makeup, but I am adding a little bit of black eyeshadow on her eyelids just to give her that more undead, gross look. And she does have black brows and black hair, so I am using black eyeshadow just to intensify my brows and make them the right color. And also, being a dark-haired lady, she has really dark eyelashes, so I'm putting on some gel eyeliner and then lots and lots of mascara only on the upper lid to make those look like I naturally have black eyelashes. Fill in the portion of your lips because you're getting close to being done. Alright, the final step is to either put on a black wig, dye your hair black, or in this case, I decided to paint it black. So that is what I did, but the effect was totally worth it. And you are done! Which Mortal Kombat character do you guys want to see next? This one was a challenge, like the detail they have in this game is insane, guys. Thanks for sticking to the end of the video. This is honestly a dream come true. It's a huge honor working with you, Warner Brothers, so thank you for this wonderful opportunity. I love you all, and huge shout out to my wonderful Patreon producers. Without you, I couldn't become cool Mortal Kombat characters. So thank you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video.